Play of the game from way down.
True, Silence, Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring! Bombstastic gonna find Rainer!
All right, hello, welcome back everybody to the Nexus Gaming Series, and we're into match number 2 of the evening, and tonight I am blessed by the presence of our very own Nexus Gaming Series hydration expert, Butte Holiday.
Hello everybody! Make sure you have your jugs of water or cups or bowls or
Bowls?
glasses.
Really?
Yeah, whatever. If you don't have any bowls or any cups or any whatever in your house and bowls work, then do it. I have my water jug.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works, I suppose. The only ones that drink out of bowls in this house have 4 legs. So,
Listen, Aero.
just throwing that out
We don't
there.
judge. We don't judge here. Okay. I don't appreciate you judging, the homies. So whatever floats your guys' boat. I gotta. Oh, that was quick. Okay, I gotta get on the chat because I have Uno monitor. So I have to open up the chat on my phone.
Wow, old school.
Yeah, I know, right? So, hello to everybody in chat.
All right, well, game is ready to go. Let's take a quick look at our maps and then standings, and then we'll catch up with the bands here. Our maps tonight: Arrogant Nephalem banning out Braxis Holdout, Cursed Hollow. We got VileFin Mrgles banning out the Dragonshire and Towers of Doom, and our pick, I feel like a little bit of deja vu coming in as we're going right back to Alterac Pass, and this was the selection
you
of
guys just
VileFin.
finished your game up, yeah.
Right?
How'd that turn out, by the way?
It was an exciting finish, and ultimately the Chicken Nuggets come in with the big W, getting that 2-1 victory.
I love me some nugs.
All right, so our standings here: Arrogant Nephalem sitting at 12 points. VileFin Mrgles looking for their first victory here, so they're gonna need to start mounting up that comeback so that they can work their way into the playoffs.
Yeah, and they can definitely do it. They have been known to pull out some pretty non-meta stuff here. So I think it takes a lot of teams by surprise. So we may see some of that here, or we may see some traditional comp. So I'd be interested to see what they pull out here. And the Oreo ban! Oh, it makes me so happy to see my girl Oreo worthy of a ban.
Let's see. Dershane Train, friendly reminder, Butte died in the last game she played. All her fault.
Okay.
Tilt.
Okay, first of all, the only reason I had my first death was because we couldn't let the other team get the boss or we lost. So I went on the point because nobody was on there, and sure enough, we got the boss, but I died for it. It's fine.
Feels bad, man. So we're gonna see the Kael'thas Deathwing taken away from VileFin Mrgles. We're gonna see that Junkrat Oriole, and the first pick gonna be Segatai going on to the Johanna, but we've got a Garrosh and Stukov pickup here for the VileFin Mrgles.
Starting that trend on Alterac, yes. We got 3 blondies on the side of Arrogant Nephalem. I love it. I love the blondies.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, 50% of the people in this current Discord call, 50% of the casters here, think that Muradin is a blondie.
Listen, okay? Aero, are we gonna have this discussion again?
I'm just saying.
Hi, Shane.
50% of us.
So.
Oh, you know what? Actually, let's get chat to vote on this. We can make that
Oh
happen.
my god.
Let's do
okay.
it.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
New poll. Is Murden blonde or brunette?
Okay, are we talking like what a hairstylist would call blonde, or are we talking what the general public would call blonde?
Well, I mean, this is all about the public right now, so content does not meet guidelines. Apparently, you can't talk. Oh wait, it's probably the WTF.
So on the side
okay,
of VileFin, we'll see the Garrosh, Stukov, Sonya, and Nazebo.
Ooh,
you know what?
Spicy.
Yeah, I'm just picturing the Garrosh throw into the Nazebo wall, into the Stukov silence.
Mrgles, I can assure you I am not a secret blonde. Not even close.
Aero has no hair. I can attest to that because he allowed me to touch it at BlizzCon. And there are pictures.
We're gonna see Greymane and Malthael here coming up,
Woo,
rounding out the
that's a
draft.
lot. Look at the dammies. That's a lot of dammies. We're not seeing a lot of dammies on the side of VileFin. At least Nazebo does a lot of damage, but it's kind of like takes him a little bit.
You know what we do see is we see a Cursed Bullet Last Rites combo over here.
Yeah,
But
I'm seeing some interesting stuff here. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Are they going for late game, do you think?
who? VileFin?
Yeah.
I mean, Nazebo is late game. Alterac Pass can often go to late game, but I don't know. I think once 10 gets here, it's going to be really easy for the Arrogant Nephalem to get themselves a kill. Like, if they get Blessed Shield, followed up by Cursed Bullet, followed up by any Jaina damage whatsoever, and then Last Rites just kills them. Now, the one thing that VileFin Mrgles has in their favor with that is that Kime loves to feed. Now, I'm not throwing shade.
Whoa!
I'm not throwing shade.
You heard
That is
it
Kime.
from Aero. Oh boy.
Chat votes and says that Murden's a brunette.
Strawberry? No, there are like
Chat
3
wins.
people that are like strawberry blonde. No, Aero, you cannot vote.
I didn't
Get
vote.
out of here.
I
10
did not
million
vote.
% you voted.
I did not.
10
Scout's honor.
billion % you voted.
If I would have voted, it would have been 3 instead of 2 votes. But let's get our teams
Oh,
introduced.
I didn't even know who voted.
Yeah. So
Who are
just,
you introducing, Aero?
you know what? I'm gonna introduce the Arrogant Nephalem.
Go for it.
All right, over here we got Null Pointer playing the Anduin, Trabe playing Jaina, Kime here on the Malthael, going to be Dekilladin on the Greymane, and Segatai on Johanna.
And the colors are messed up, so that's okay. So on the red side, we have Smoke playing Sonya, Jake TG on Garrosh, Stony on the Stukov, Mr. Sad Panda, sorry, wish you were happy, on Hanzo, and Wrecked on the Nazebo.
Actually, you know what, Slim? I think I actually agree with you. I think he is more like red than brown. I think we actually discussed that. Yeah.
We'll check it out. Maybe we'll check it out. Maybe we'll see if there's somebody wants to pick up Murden in the game. Hopefully. I will say I have a beef.
There's no ETC in this game. Get over it.
I have a beef with.
Oh, hold up. We got a rotation looking for this
We
Nazebo.
do? They're not gonna get him.
No,
Aero.
and Nazebo's gonna get that zombie while Trabe just running around. Now, so when Trabe comes back, I just want to remind everybody that there are hotkeys in this game that allow you to stop. I believe H is one, maybe S. And basically, when you're in a zombie wall, you just hit that button, and your character will stop doing whatever it was doing, and then you don't get bounced around the zombie wall, taking a bunch of free damage. So little pro tip. Little
Notes
thing
with Daddy Aero.
Exactly.
Why can't I follow you?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean on the
Are
observer?
you on the camp right now?
I'm on the left camp.
Cool. Okay, me too. All right,
Okay.
cool. So my beef with Hanzo. I hate
right.
him.
Cool.
I hate him.
That was an easy story.
I think. Okay, I don't play DPS, so someone feel free to talk to me through this. But he's a finisher to me. He's not somebody that his ult is great. His ult is great, but he's not. Uh-oh.
That was just a minion.
I was like, did I miss something here?
Yep. Gareth's just throwing the siege minion over.
I don't think you can rely on him for damage. And I think especially in this comp, they're gonna have to wait till Naz scales a little bit. But that could be just me. In general, I don't think he's optimal.
His damage definitely requires it takes a little bit of effort, right? You have to be able to line up those shots. You're basically playing pool with Hanzo, right? You got to find the walls and get those good bounces so that you get all of that scatter arrow damage. Otherwise, no, his damage is pretty minimal if you're only hitting stormbows every once in a while and not able to get those auto attacks or what have you.
Right.
But if you can land those scatter arrows, people die.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I think he's pretty low on the, I think people assume he's a burst or he does as much damage as like Jaina, and I disagree with that, but...
I would say he has the potential if you play him really well. And depending on the build too, right? If you go Redemption, then he's got a very different setup. He's more sustained than a burst, but... with target practice, he can actually do a lot of damage. I mean, with an auto and a stormbow, if he hits Jaina, she's going to be at half health.
Oh, for sure. That's assuming Jaina is in a position to
get smacked in the face, indeed.
Exactly. An early capture by Arrogant Nephalem. No, Shane, I won't let you play Hanzo.
Well, and good positioning here. Segatai's holding this bush, making sure nobody literally can't even walk through it.
Literally.
Except for Sonya. She can spin.
They're all grouping up. Some easy stacks for Jaina, but a nice pull by Anduin. And Garrosh is going to go down very quickly, it seems.
Yeah, got the throw on to the gray main into the team, but just not enough. Smoke also going to die, so that's both of the front line. And that's going to give Arrogant Nephalem quite the advantage here, but Tequilidon's having to pull back. So is Trade probably sitting pretty low. And
yeah, there's just a poking Hanzo there.
But Hanzo does have the ability to poke from pretty far away. Now, I don't know, how's he doing on this target practice? He has finished all the first tier, so he's got one hit onto everybody. Good. So he does have that full extra range now.
With two people that are able to body block at mostly full health, I think it was fine in that scenario.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, let's see what they get out of this first objective here.
So, statistically speaking, that somebody else looked up and not me, so that means that it could be complete and utter garbage.
Oh, we may see a kill in the bot lane here on Malthael. But it looks like he will walk away with half health. He is still initiating here, so...
He may not ready to int yet. Could have been close. Now, Garrosh here could be able to get this Malthael. There's the throw. He doesn't have the trait.
I think they kill him here. Interesting, interesting choice there. They will likely secure mid here.
I do have to point out, I was clearly wrong. Kime was ready to int there. All right, so Grey May up in the top, getting pushed away by Sonya. So ultimately, the mid fort rather goes down, just as you mentioned. But the other two are able to be cleared up with relatively minimal damage.
And at least the gate is down in the bot lane, I don't think, and the top lane, so that's great. So Garrosh, a little, I don't want to say less intimidating, but at least, you know, a way to get out if you are thrown.
He could have E'd to the zombie wall and W it to escape. Yeah, and actually the funny thing is the wall actually was down by the time that Malthael died, but I mean, he was already very low. I don't know how likely he would have been able to survive.
In that one. I'm sure you're familiar with that, Shane.
Oh, Dang. So we do have, never mind. It is not, they're not going for that percent damage value. They're going for the go for the throat. Sonya gonna leap right on out of there, says, nope, not today.
He couldn't have gotten out with the Q, right?
Q's the heal, so I don't think so.
We might see Anduin going down here, or not. A nice defensive light bomb here. Great follow-up. An excellent peel on the side of Arrogant Nephalem.
Yeah, that was a great Blessed
Love
Shield
to
as
see
well.
That. Yes, excellent peel.
So top fort now going to go down. It wouldn't surprise me to see them. Never mind, they'll just rotate into the.
Yeah, I definitely think this mid camp they're trying to, especially with this. Although the bot, which well is closer with this objective? Is it bot or is it?
Yeah, for the blue side, it's definitely bot.
So easy camp clear, and they're able to secure their own siege camp. However, VileFin has theirs up in a couple seconds anyway. So
I think they probably, like, Arrogant Nephalem probably could have just had Maltho cleared out the mid, and I think they might have been able to get that top boss. And that would have, you know, put pressure onto the keep, which means that VileFin would have had to address that while they could have moved in. Now, that's essentially what's happening here with the mid siege camp anyways.
Shane commenting on the Hanzo ult. I do think that if I were...
Garrosh, good night.
Nice.
Continue.
One stack on the Malthael. I think my guess is that they're thinking of the throw into the wall with the Stukov silence in the root, and then you put the Hanzo ult, and then it would just kind of, you know...
Possibly. Also,
if I were guessing, I don't know though.
Dragon Strike on this map in particular, like, you tend to spend a lot of time in this zone right here.
Yep.
I don't think you can see the green, that area that I'm highlighting, right? But
I cannot.
But you know what I'm talking about.
There's those smaller, not too small, you know, maybe like there are on Infernal or Cursed Hollow, where there's like really small corridors, but I mean this is small enough to, I think Hanzo's ult covers the entirety of at least most of those channels, so
it definitely does.
Mistaken.
Yeah, so I mean they'd be able to potentially stall out for a good amount of time, but also if you do get the, I mean even like the taunt combo just straight out of Garrosh.
For sure.
Speaking of Garrosh throwing the Johanna, she does use that iron skin though.
Just walks away. Just walks away. Alright, I think at the end here we're gonna need to see a crab race. I hate this mount. Uh-oh,
well,
everyone going all in on goodbye Nazebo.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna need to do a crab race, but I will say that is my least favorite mount. Anybody that knows me and plays Brawl with me knows that I hate when I get that mount. It's just gross. It's just gross.
Well, Malthael's crab is definitely gonna win because he's got on a pale horse, so.
Cheater.
Pretty much. Pretty much. With this second objective coming up here, Arrogant Nephalem's gonna secure the mid keep. And possibly, it looks like maybe even the top keep. They've got a pretty significant wave up here. The cavalry's still sitting at about 25%.
And
Bot's
I
not
think
gonna
they're
get very
down, yep, they're only down one ult. They're only down Hanzo's ult, but it looks like Malthael going down again. And maybe Jaina here. Anduin able to get that healing on the Jaina, so nope. Jaina will not die today.
Well, possibly today, but not right at this moment.
Listen, Aero. I have faith in the healer. Okay?
Sure.
Listen, guys.
I do want to point out, Jaina doesn't have her ice block yet. She's sitting about half on that, so.
Okay, Mrgles, I need you to just pay attention to how it moves, okay? It's just a little unsettling, okay? Just a little bit,
yeah.
okay? I'm not hating. Listen, I just...
Well, Hanzo's gonna scout out for the boss. It's way worse in Warcraft, by the way. The Crab Mountain Warcraft is.
Oh
my
I hate
god!
it. I hate the way it moves.
All right, so Hanzo did scout the boss earlier. but they're there now. So you can see Garrosh is like, are they at the bot camp? Where did they go? That's going to give this free boss here.
Well, I guess it's too late now. I mean,
yeah, and they're all split up. There's no way that they can do that. They're just going to have to defend
and they
it.
have to respond to mid. I mean, mid's just... I don't think their camp wins in that scenario. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember who capped first, but... I mean, do you go double boss here, or do you just push top with the boss and end? Potentially end.
I mean, they have 16s. There's the throw on to Segatai. Has the Iron Skin and that movement speed at 16.
Bye,
There's
Garrosh.
the... Oh my goodness. Oh, I was thinking he might actually make it on that one. I mean, you definitely push with it now. Yeah, getting a kill means that this is for sure going to be a keep. The double boss, you know, you would take out that bottom keep, but it's also still potentially a risky play.
A nice light bomb, but a nice dodge there by Smoke.
Yeah, using that leap to get out.
I don't know if it's enough here. They may back off as they don't have a wave here, which I think is definitely smart.
Yeah, and their siege camp that was picked up earlier here by VileFin is going to fall at the mid. It does have the Reavers coming out from the side of Arrogant Nephalem, so, you know, you had mentioned, I don't know which side wins. Well, it's the one that has the catapult minions.
There you go.
Yeah. So there's going to be the throw again onto the Johanna. Doesn't have the taunt. You know, if you're going to throw Johanna, like, you got to use the taunt. Otherwise, that's exactly what happens. Blessed Shield hitting to 3. And Malthael getting the last rights, but it doesn't get the kill. The silence coming out is going to get the Malthael.
By Jaina.
And ultimately, Garrosh going to fall. Now, also the Nazebo here, the zoning Dragon Strike trying to allow the minions to recap, but it's just not going to be enough. And picking up this ultimate, or this... Oh, no.
Oh! Call him American Sniper.
That snipe says Kime.
That is a snipe.
Well, there you go. That's that damage you were talking about.
Nice snipe there. Can he 1v1? Oh, I was excited. I wanted to see this 1v1. But he is low on mana, and he will have to back off.
So we saw in the last game that the team that got the objective at this point with 2 keeps down did not win the game immediately. They ultimately did come to win the game eventually, but and that was with a team that I think, if I remember right, had their full squad. There's no Greymane, there's no Malthael up here. So this objective may very well just get taken out, and I think that the best that Arrogant Nephalem can hope for is to take out this bottom keep.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me... I've been wanting to look at talents.
Well, right now, Nazebo's sitting at 180 stacks, so if Nazebo can get to level 20, maybe they have a shot at this. Maybe they get more big damage. They have no forts, they have no keeps. They have to play from this moment on at 200%. And they're going to be level 20 here right now for Arrogant Nephalem. This boss will end the game for sure.
Yes. Jaina about to get Ice Block, still about, what, 2,000 off. And I would comment on some of the talent choices here, but
Oh, she missed it.
Unfortunate. That was like, oh man, just a little bit too late. Nice light bomb by Anduin. Let's see if they're able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, they did get the Blessed Shield as well to set up that light bomb. The Ring of Frost coming out helps to secure the kill onto Garrosh, and Greymane going for the throat onto the Nazebo, and that should secure them the game. I mean, this is a full health boss coming onto the core, and there's no shield.
Yep.
To kill it and just standing in the entire Dragon Strike doesn't care.
Nah, he's fine.
He's like, lol, me mold.
He's fine.
Game number 1 going over to Arrogant Nephalem. GG's being called.
GG's.
Someone's been practicing on Rust. I have
Okay,
no
shame.
idea what that's about.
I don't know either.
Oh, maybe it's on the assassin thing? The snipe?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, is there a game called Rust, maybe? I don't know.
Yes, there is. Oh man, I wanted to. Oh, I could check talents. Okay, I was gonna say.
Well, I do want to point here that I did mention at the beginning of this game, Kime was going to be the feeder, and for Arrogant Nephalem, 75% of the deaths straight into Kime. But again, that's not. I'm not throwing shade. Kime
Listen,
will say
Kime.
in chat that he's the feeder on the team, and that's how they win.
Kime. I know what's going on. You're not hydrated.
Oh.
That's your problem. You want to reduce your deaths? Stay hydrated.
I mean, technically speaking, that is an accurate statement. If you want to not die, make sure that you drink water.
There you go. Well, could we, for a hot second, just go over some of these talent choices?
Yeah, we got a moment. Looks like,
Okay.
Hold on real quick. Which side was that? VileFin wants first pick, so I'm going to let the other team know.
So if we want to look at Anduin real quick, I like this. I don't take that at 4. I take the W upgrade, so it's a little interesting. So I might have to ask him about that. So that's the only different thing I noticed. But I have seen a lot of people take Blessed Recovery, and I may have been convinced of it because 7's kind of up in the air for me. So that's interesting. And I love taking Desperate Prayer. Got to boost those stats.
Desperate Prayer, like, when that first came out, everybody was like, it's such a trash talent, it's a 2-second, like, you stand around, and that's probably true in, like, a heroic game or something like that. But everywhere else, like, it's got a decent range, and it's a big burst. At level 20, that's like 1100 or 1200 or something.
Yep. Well, and if you're able to put yourself in a decent position, like if you have teammates in front of you to body block, it's fine. And usually that is usually it's doable. I mean, I've done it in plat and low diamond games, so it's been fine. It's just you got to be positioned for it.
Yeah, I really like it. It's because that on top of the inner fire, which they did, or I'm sorry, inner focus rather, which they did take as well, giving you that additional, not only the additional reset onto your heal, but also 40% additional healing on top of it. I mean, you can bomb heal somebody for like 3,000 in no time.
Yes. Yeah, I think the problem is with that talent at 4, inner focus procs, I believe, off of if you take the W at 4. I don't remember what it's called exactly, blanking out right now. But that procs the
Power word
cooldown
shield, if I had to
reduction,
guess. Or is that 7? That's 7. Never mind.
Yep.
Oh, you're talking about the one that gives you the 2 like 70% or 50% attack damage at the end of it. Yeah.
No, it shoots auto attacks.
Yeah.
At the nearest heroes.
Sorry, that's what I meant. It's 50 or 70% of an auto attack to 2 heroes.
The only other thing that I was wondering about is, Stukov did not have the root, which is a really good talent, especially when you have that kind of crowd control, especially that AoE crowd control, and the swipe for Greymane and Malthael, who are in your face.
And instead of the massive shove,
Yes. So.
Yeah, that disengage tool, like, really helpful for the hard engage Greymane and Malthael. I'm honestly surprised that they didn't take Curse Bullet, but it worked out for them just fine. So
yeah, definitely did, especially with that, because is it percent? I don't.
Yeah, so Curse Bullet is, I think, if I remember correctly, it's 40% of their current health. So so it's not like you're encouraging Garrosh to get more armor, but the reality of it is that Leoric's Last Rites is basically a free kill if they're at a third or less. So, you do 40% of them in one shot. You get a little bit of damage to get them down to their 30% mark. Now they just die. It's disgusting how quickly you can burn somebody down. But you have to have it set up, right? You have to have somebody that ultimately puts somebody in one place to make sure that Greymane doesn't miss that shot. Because if Greymane misses that shot, you stand around just dazed and confused for 30 seconds.
All awkward.
Yeah, it's like suddenly it becomes a high school dance and everybody's like, let's go stand by the wall.
How long ago has that been, Aero?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's been a
let's
while
see.
for me too, so.
Let's take a quick peek at the maps here. So we did see game number 1 going over to Arrogant Nephalem. That was picked by the VileFin Mrgles on Alterac Pass. This game here going to be picked by Arrogant Nephalem. VileFin wanting that first pick. And we did see the bans onto Cursed Hollow and Braxis holdout for Arrogant Nephalem. It's going to be Dragonshire and Towers of Doom. The bans rather for VileFin, and our pick here, game 1 was Alterac. I already mentioned that. So Red Aria, our support for Regen Phoenix, says always Blessed Recovery. I like Blessed Recovery. It's really nice. It's a passive, which means you don't have to really focus on it. And it's just free healing, and I mean sometimes just incidental damage is enough to make that work too.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it was was it Hong Fu? I don't remember who it was, but someone and I were having this discussion about it, and that's kind of one that I'm like, like it kind of, I don't want to say it doesn't matter. It's between that Blessed Recovery and the W upgrade. So
that would be Powered Shield, because that's one that gives you the shield.
Right. Yep. For sure.
Mrgles, no juice pirates here today, baby.
Thank God. You know what? I will say, we have seen VileFins run a nasty juice pirate, so, hey.
That's funny because they're the one that banned it out, so.
My camera died. Oh.
It did die. What on earth just happened?
Nobody wants to see my face, so it's fine. Hold
There
on,
you are.
I think I
It's
fixed
good.
it.
Yeah, you're
Is
back.
it good? Okay,
Yeah.
I think I know why. I'm sorry, I closed. I apologize.
First pick TLV, they won't. I tend to agree with you. It could happen, but I doubt it. Mids. You expect normal drafting. All right.
KT, first pick. Did they not ban that?
Not this time.
Ban that first? Well, last time. The
They
Joe
did.
first ban was, I think it's a good call. I think Joe was definitely great for them. And we're going to see the Stukov taken away from VileFins. And the Jaina. Oh, man. Jaina was, did Jaina ever finish the quest?
I didn't check, but I can't imagine that she didn't at the end
Trabe,
there.
I hope you finished the quest, man. Because if you didn't, you know what I'm gonna say. Everyone should have consumed at least 8 ounces of water by the start of this broadcast. And by this broadcast, I mean when I started co-casting.
Trying to take over my my seat over here. All right, so we're gonna see ETC and Sylvanas. Yeah, this is great. I like this a lot. This gives them a lot of pressure, and the forts and structures here become a health bar for your team. So everything that Sylvanas can do, even just taking down towers, maximizes the value of the temples, making it that much easier or more likely that you're going to take out a fort. So I really like the Sylvanas pick.
I really like it too. I really like it. We'll see. Oh, God,
Oh, I didn't do a poll for who was going to win last game. I'm terrible.
All right, everyone in chat, I want, what do I want? I want everybody... They're like banning out their own characters. This is kind of funny.
Well, it's not necessarily a big surprise though, right? Because they're not taking them. They already have the ETC.
sure.
They're banning out the Johanna, and I think, if I remember correctly, Johanna and ETC were 2 of Segatai's top tanks. Garrosh being another potential there. So you know what? Put Segatai onto something different, and it's going to be the variant. All right. Now, if VileFin doesn't take Greymane here, they are in very big danger, because this is the exact combo that I was just talking about. Like, Varian's just like, point click, you stand here, and then you just die. Because I'm pretty sure, like, the dive, the Q from Greymane, the Q from Malthael, and then Last Rites, and that person just is dead. And unless they have, like, an Uther to save them.
Chat wanting to see convection. I had a mini freak out. I literally thought VileFins had already picked a support, and I'm like, why are they picking 2 healers? Okay, we're good.
I mean, why not? So, okay, wait. So we got Arthas as the solo laner into the Malthael. I think that's going to be a tough matchup for them, and I don't think... Like, I think that the Arthas pickup was to help to counter the Greymane idea, which is fine. Vala doesn't quite have that same, you know, incredible burst potential, but Vala still does a lot of damage.
I mean, their whole team does a lot of damage. I think that VileFins is going to need to harass the backline a little bit, because that is what they lack, is peel. And if Stukov ends up taking Flailing Swipe, then
that'll make it hard.
Yeah, it'll make it hard to abuse the backline. So we'll see how that goes. I think that's potentially one of their keys to victory. But, you know, as a support, I will say when you have one tank or one tanky character on your team, it's very scary if you're in the backline. Assuming the other team is on your backline. If they're not, then you're like all good in the hood. So they could run ETC in the
That's true. Yeah, they could run the stage dive. That's true.
Tank Arthas, yeah.
All right, so I got our poll up. That's going to be going for another minute and a half or so. So make sure you vote in chat. Drop down the vote menu there. Select the team that you think is going to win game number 2. Is it going to be Arrogant Nephalem on the left, or is it going to be the VileFin Mrgles on the right? Well, let's get our teams introduced here. Starting on the left, currently up 1-0. We got Arrogant Nephalem. Segatai going to be playing the Varian. Null Pointer on Stukov. Dekilladin going to be playing Vala. Trabe back on the Jaina, and Kime on the Malthael.
And on the right side, the colors are correct now. We have the VileFins with Smoke on the Dark Lady Sylvanas, Mr. Sad Panda, maybe Convection playing Kael'thas, Stony playing everybody's favorite Panda, Lily, Rekt playing Arthas, and Jake TG playing ETC, etc.
All right, so...
Whoa! Look at the dammies. Okay.
Not quite able to get the tower, but it's still very close. And Kime already up in the top. Does have the On a Pale Horse, so it's going to be able to rotate down into the mid lane and make sure to gather that soak. So Arthas is going to be the solo laner heading up top here. But look at this. ETC's at half health already. And oddly enough, Sylvanas, you know, they made use of her to push in that tower in the bot, but then they got a little taste of their own medicine when they rotated up to the mid lane, and Arrogant Nephalem pushed in a little bit onto their wall as well.
Yeah, and both teams gonna grab their siege camps very quickly.
Yeah.
What?
Did you look?
Oh no.
All right, we'll see.
All right, boys.
I mean,
here we go.
Okay, so to
It's
be
what
fair,
the chat wanted.
to be fair, ETC and Arthas, like,
Get him. He's not a character.
in theory, those two probably can make sure that Kael'thas isn't getting, like, assaulted, right? Vala's not going to dive into the back. Malthael maybe might, but probably doesn't kill Kael'thas. So, you know, as long as Kael'thas's positioning isn't garbage.
All right, Mr. Sad Panda, you just made everybody in chat happy pandas. So hopefully you finish that quest there, bud.
We shall see. Currently sitting at 2 stacks. We got 67% of the vote coming in for Arrogant Nephalem here. We'll see how this turns out. Level 4's
a little, little ballsy there, bud. And Arrogant Nephalem's gonna be able to get a free tower there.
You might say that they got themselves some Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh, Aero, you're showing your age.
That has nothing to do with age.
It's such an old person thing to say.
Anyways.
You missed this, Aero.
Varian now sitting here with the taunt. Gets himself some extra health. And that nice short cooldown basically a stun slash silence, essentially.
An interrupted rotation there by Sylvanas. Good job.
And the temples are up. Kime trying to clear out this bruiser camp, doesn't want to have to deal with that while working on the temple, as ETC is going to come in here. Now, of important note, only has a Lili. So being very forward thinking here, looking at this full 4-man squad and saying, okay, maybe not.
And good on VileFins to just secure that top lane.
Yep,
Try to get some structure damage.
Yeah, I was going to say they need to actually get onto this structure with the Sylvanas so that they can help to secure this fort using the temple. It still has a lot of shots.
They got to be careful of this rotation here, although Arrogant Nephalem's going to secure that mid tower there. And potentially bot. Jaina and is already bot lane, and the rest of the team is coming down to help her. So they'll have 2 forts down, under 5 minutes. So that's a really good start for Arrogant Nephalem.
Yeah, that is huge value for Arrogant Nephalem. Now, the next control point, the next temple is going to be in the bot lane. So either way, ultimately, that still is better for VileFin if they can pick it up than it ultimately would be for
They gotta be careful
Arrogant
here.
Nephalem.
ETC is low. He will die immediately.
Don't need last rites if you start off at half health and that big taunt.
Exactly.
They're all slowed because of this Arthas, but Arthas is pretty slow as well. Is going to get taken out here ultimately by
Vala
the
doing
Malthel.
a great job trying to zone out the Lili and the KT. So that was a good job. Uh-oh.
So KT's sitting at 5 stacks of convection. 15 to go before Mr. Sad Panda can feel comfortable with being a little bit more aggressive in positioning. So we'll see how that turns out. Currently a nearly 2-level lead here for Arrogant Nephalem, and I somewhat expect them to, get those level 10s and then maybe just walk over and get the boss.
I have never seen that talent on Arthas at 7. I don't know if it's just the icon.
It's Rune Tap. Oh, here comes the power slide. They're looking for this kill on the Malthale. Can they get it? They do.
They do. A great kill on the Malthale. And some good damage on Varian, at least a little bit, but some awesome damage on Vala too.
Yeah, that taunt probably saved Sagatai there. So level 10s are available.
Bot lane. They gotta deal with bot lane. Level 10's available. Nice cleanse by Stony on Arthas there. So Malthale is back up, so they're gonna have to, be a little bit more cautious now, but that was a good pick.
So the most often picked talent for Arthas is Icebound Fortitude. It gives you that 25 armor. Also reduces cooldown or reduces CC effects by 50%, I think. So that would affect things like Ring of Frost. It would affect obviously Taunt and Vala's Rain of Vengeance, although those are fairly short cooldowns, and I mean you gotta have quick reflexes to get those down. So the main one would be Ring of Frost. It's the 25 armor that's so helpful. Kime is all alone here. The root coming out here. Power Slide gonna get the stun, but he pops on over, makes it across the wall thanks to that. 8 stacks of convection now.
Level 10s for VileFins. We've got Wailing Arrow, Mosh Pit, Pyroblast. Oh baby. And Army of the Dead, which I was expecting Syndragosa, but with the CC, but I don't play a lot of Arthas, so.
Yeah, they also have Sylvanas, so they don't really necessarily need that. Having the slows would be nice though. Did Sylvanas take the percent damage? No, she took the stacking. So Rune Tap is an interesting pick. Not necessarily going into the auto attack damage. I think is fine. The reason I think it's an interesting pick is that at level 4, he went into Frozen Wastes. And so that's gonna eventually it'll make it so that the slow that Arthas gets lingers for a few moments after they leave the area. Whereas if you go into Rune Tap, you kind of want to go into Icy Talons, because Icy Talons increases your haste by up to 60% when you've got that Frozen Tempest going. So that's where Rune Tap starts to actually get significant value.
Another kill on Malfail here. They may be able to secure it. Vala, nice interrupt there, but I think it's too late for Malfail. Oh my gosh.
Triple Ring of Frost. Yeah, getting the ETC and Arthas.
KT's in trouble. Nice cleanse by Stony there. That may save him. And that will save him, and he will be able to walk away with his 10 convection stacks. Stukov did end up taking massive shoves, so.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, Massive Shove can push back the ETC when he's doing a mosh, or the Arthas to deal with that slow.
For sure.
Mega Muffin. Loved that Ring of Frost. Absolutely.
That was an excellent Ring of Frost. Props to Stony though.
For the let's go?
For keeping for having some really nice cleanses, keeping his well yes, let's go. But
I was gonna say I literally just said that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was mixing up her fast feet with let's go.
Gotcha.
So, yes. There you go. That goes to show you how much Lily I play now. I used to only play Lily, and now I don't play Lily anymore. Now I'm a sad panda.
Right? And can we talk about the fact that Mr. Sad Panda is not playing the Sad Panda? All right, but anyways, ETC's going in, gets the knockback onto Kime, does have the damage coming in from that, but Kime's still like doing okay here. Into the Arthas, has the silence though. It's going to be a kill onto ETC. Last Right's going to finish off the Arthas. Trabe in a little bit of danger.
Sylvanas has where's that pyro going?
It's going for Dekilidin. Is it going to get him? It does.
Oh baby.
All right, now let's actually check. So I think, yeah, I want to see what the recap shows here. 391 overkill. Not much you can do about that.
Literal bait. Yes. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being bait. Now we do see here that VileFin does have a pretty good push in the top lane. So can't go undealt with. So that's gonna. But we may see a full team fight here from VileFin.
And this is currently 5v4. Yeah.
Getting back. Uh-oh. Nice.
Oh no! Oh no!
The interrupt.
The encore.
But I think he will go down here. I don't. Oh my God! Is he gonna live? Nope. He does not live. I had
the power
faith.
slide. Oh, Rect is gonna be okay though. Yeah,
Yep.
that power slide. So encore turns out not necessarily the best talent for when you're moshing, because it knocks people out of your mosh, which is what we saw there. Now I expect to see we're rotating it on this boss. Yeah, right? Yes. There we go. There we go.
Yes.
But that said, it's really good for this.
Canceled it. The Stukov silence canceled it. So
yeah, eventually. I mean, there was no reason for it to keep going anyways, because the encore like knocked him out. So
right.
Either way, I mean, ETC should have just turned it off anyways if he didn't because of the silence. So, but I do like encore on this map does do some work on that boss control. Mic check is also pretty good because it reduces the cooldown of your face melt. So either one can really work well for securing those bosses, as long as you can live. Right, that's the thing. Mic check doesn't do any good if you just die.
VileFin's doing a really good job. I think being a little more careful with positioning in their team fights and really focusing their damage onto one target. So I think they're doing a great job there, and they're maintaining map control here, which is something they needed to do. So they're really turning the tides here.
Oh, Migs saying that convection is like a variable rate mortgage loan, and I get that so much because that's what I do for a living. Mr. Sad Panda in danger. Oh, Varian didn't stick with
Panda. It. God.
Can we get a vote for if he finishes convection?
Oh boy.
We could probably do that. I just gotta find a place to lock the camera. You know what? Let's follow Varian for a moment here. I'll do a vote. Vote in chat. Manage poll. New poll. Does KT finish?
Big push in the top lane.
Production.
Oh, let's see.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh,
No.
can't. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, smart decision there.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think chat was able to see where VileFin was located there, because since
We've
I was
got
on
a camp on
Varian.
the core here. Attention. In aisle C, we've got a camp on the core. Camp on the core. Clean up on aisle core.
It looks like they're gonna go ahead and pull back and deal with that. But oh, maybe not. Is this camp enough? It's, yeah, 2 catapults and a siege camp. That's definitely enough.
I mean, the longer that they delay this.
That's not an ideal place to hearth, but okay. Oh, there it is! I was gonna say, that's... Oh, man, and she almost paid for it with her life. Arthas might still fall.
I mean, they're taking... This is almost 30% core. Almost 20%. Might be 30% by the time they get there.
All right, let's look at how close was Arthas on that last rites recap. Shows last rites didn't actually kill him. It was Vala's auto attack that killed him.
Oh.
There we go. All right, so the temple completed.
Oof.
And here comes Arrogant Nephalem looking to push in the top lane. Convection now sitting at 14 with that double. Now going to be 16 stacks here, getting that Fury of the Sunwell, getting the additional Qs. So still a lot of potential here for VileFin Mrgles to get some big plays. But the timer is running short on them. 20's coming up soon here. They only have the 2 keeps.
Yep, they're gonna need to get back their mount pressure here, as Arrogant Nephalem has got it back. Oh, Weenus! Aww. With the raid
Hey.
and the 69 bits.
And all of the best Twitch emotes currently available. Oh man, chat not feeling the love here for the Kael'thas. Mr. Sad Panda's got 4 to go. Could easily get them if they come into this point here, but that is just one
no.
kill away.
Lily was ready with that cleanse there, so I think she's got it up. I'm not
It's a
quite
short
sure.
cooldown. It's 40-45 seconds, and it can be reduced by fast feet, so I think so.
Yep, she does. Okay, they need 20s here. This is a
This do they have wall down? Yeah, this is both
Yep.
keeps if they lose the temples, and boss is
up at
available too.
30. Oh boy! Gosh, you.
I think
you
so.
West people in your games.
Right. I think they see the people in the bot. They know that at least one person is on the point. I think they just go get top. I mean, they have to get.
Are
Well,
they going
okay.
for that camp?
Looks like they're gonna get the bruiser camp. Actually, I don't mind that play, but they should send somebody top. The longer they wait on that, the more
Yes.
likely they just lose it.
Yes.
Kael'thas sitting
Oh, they're
at
on the boss. Oh my gosh,
17.
this is gonna be
Oh, good night, Kael'thas. Kael'thas about to lose those convection stacks,
Oh,
baby!
no!
Chat was right!
Oh no! Oh no! Sad Panda is.
I don't know about this. This is not a race that VileFin wins, I think. They're
It
already
is
down
not.
on the core. They still have keep to go through. Yeah, they have a bruiser camp, but... Alright, well, there's the shield down here. Kime looking for that last rights. ETC power sliding in, is looking for the mosh. Does have a double, but gets interrupted by the
Varian
sounds.
is not getting touched here.
Varian doesn't do a
Varian
lot.
needs to be touched
They have
here.
others.
And I
Looking f-
think that is game. It is.
Game number 2, going over to Arrogant Nephalem. They do secure themselves the 2-0 domination over the... Which Mrgles is this? I've only said it like 100 times. Okay, I thought it was VileFin, and I was like, is it Necrofin? Is it... Who is it?
We're all Finns here.
Blood Finns, not salt scale. They're not Finns.
They're
Tide
basically
collars.
Finn.
Tide collars aren't Finns.
No, they're Finns.
Just saying.
They don't want to. If they don't want to admit it,
I know my Mrgles teams.
we're all Finns. We're all.
All right. Let's see if we can get somebody from.
Because Finn means end. We the end. That's it. That was clever. Everybody say it was clever.
I don't think Murlocs are French.
Listen, Aero, don't ruin me, okay? Don't ruin it.
All right, let's okay, it's gonna be trade. Let's go ahead and head over to the NGS lobby.
Fine.
See you there.
Here I am.
Hey. Both of the blue teams winning tonight.
Yeah, there you go. KT defaulted on his loan.
Ooh, no. You hate to see it. You know what? That variable rate did not have an initial adjustment cap. It got screwed.
Ask Trabe how he feels never having ice block. Oh,
Ouch.
jeez. Ouch.
I don't know if Segatai was sending trade or told you're coming to interview, so please join us. Okay. It's a level 22 talent. Rip.
Y'all are savage.
Alright, Trabe's coming.
It's coming.
I mean, it says on the way, so I'm assuming that means coming. Appreciate the bits again, Weenus. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, is that a Trabe?
Indeed it is.
It's an elusive Trabe. Welcome to the chat and the interview. How you feeling after that 2-0 victory tonight?
Feeling pretty good overall. Got to play Jaina 2 games in a row, which I'll never
Ooh.
complain about.
So,
To get some wins. So.
since you brought it up,
Oh my god, Aero.
chat would like to know. Now, this is not my question. Okay, I want to make that clear. I'm
Yes.
not this savage.
And this is neither of our questions, okay?
But chat would like to know, how does it feel to play Jaina without an ice block?
I mean, I'm used to it at this point, is the thing. It's not like, oh, I had to adjust my gameplay in this game to not deal with ice block. It's like occasionally I get ice block, and oh goodness, what a miracle this is. You know?
Fair enough, fair enough. So you guys come into this, you know, pretty far ahead of VileFin in the standings overall. You know, you guys are sitting up at number 3. After this, you will be number 2, a couple points ahead of Piecemeal. So what kind of planning do you guys go through when scouting out, you know, VileFin? Do you guys even scout? Like, is that a thing that your team does? Like, what's your guys' prep like?
We used to do a lot of scouting, and then we got lazy, and so now, luckily, No Pointer does scouting. And as long as he's like not ill or something, then we have some scouting done, and we can make that work. For them, it was actually really tough because usually you go and you watch like 2 or 3 games. You say, okay, well, they love these 2 heroes. They play Probius every game and Junkrat every game. Great, we know what to do in this bands. And for them, it's like, oh, they just, you know, they play a lot of stuff. They pick whatever feels fun. And that is really frustrating to ban against because you can't really, like, you have no idea what they're going to do. You have no way to prepare for them. So you just have to kind of hope for the best and try to pick heroes that you like and say, I hope you're not going to try to cheese too hard, and we'll just go for a straight team fight comp and see what happens.
Fair enough. You know what? That makes complete sense. My next question, and this will be a little bit more savage, is why is Kime such a feeder?
I have been trying for maybe 2.5 years at this point to determine an answer to that question. And I haven't made any progress, really, at all. He was doing okay until y'all saw the fight mid, right? You weren't off looking at camps or something.
You fight
saw
mid. Which one? Which game?
The one where Sega exploded, and then I think you could probably hear through the internet all of our team yelling, "Leave, leave, leave," right before Kime teleported in and died immediately. I suspect you were watching that one.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think I know what you're talking about.
We could have swung that one if we'd gone for it. I mean, you're probably more neutral here. I kind of suspect we could not have swung it, but who knows?
I think it would have been an ambitious plan.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
I mean, ambitious and Kime hand in hand. I'll say that. If I'm putting a positive spin on it, ambitious.
And so game number 1, you guys had the gray main. I was a little surprised that you guys didn't take it in game number 2, but obviously Vala worked out really well for you. So just out of curiosity, when I see gray main Malthil, I think Cursed Bullet, Last Rites. Obviously you guys went go for the throat. So you ultimately had 2 finishers there in that, as opposed to having somebody that started that. Was that just, Dekilidin saying, screw you guys, I don't care about, early burst? Or is that something you guys have run and that's just how you guys normally do it? And that, you just wait for those people to get low in the fight and then you finish them off?
I think our big concern was just it being a Garrosh. And as a gray main, when I have my percent damage and I have to dump it into a Garrosh with no armor and be like, oh, I could have just auto-attacked him twice. It's just kind of a feel bad too. I mean, I guess there's a Sonya and there's like some other people back there probably, but it's a lot. If it was against a Johanna or an ETC or something that wasn't a Garrosh, it almost certainly would have been the Cursed Bullet, I think. But it's just we've already got a way to kill him. We already can chunk him down because we have just a ton of damage to go with anyway.
Sure.
So it was probably more useful to have a little bit more mobility and a little way to jump on that Hanzo and stuff if we needed to get there.
All right, my last question for you is going to be from game number 2, and it's going to be about the other team, but I would love to hear your guys' response to this. We did a vote in chat.
Okay.
And it was about level 16, and it was whether or not Kael'thas is going to finish Convection. The vote finished, and about 30 seconds later, you guys find yourself a kill onto Kael'thas.
Oh, it was so sad.
I 100%. I'm not even gonna say I feel bad for Mr. Sad Panda, because I don't. Like, if you take Convection, it's an all or nothing talent. It's a huge risk, fairly low reward. So I'm not even gonna say I feel bad. It was a fun moment for chat. How did you guys respond to that? Or did you even notice? Did you guys even notice that you took Convection? Was that called out?
I'm pretty sure. Well, we certainly knew he took Convection.
Okay.
It was called out at the beginning, but I think at that point, if I remember correctly, I was standing on the temple, yelling at people, guys, temple, guys, why are you fighting? Temple, please, my health pool, it's going down. And then I saw Kael'thas killed appear on the kill feed. So I don't really know what happened there. I don't know if it was an intentional go find him and get the Convection, or if it was just a happy coincidence. I was not involved in the decision really in any way.
It looked pretty intentional. I mean, it was a Varian hunting down a Kael'thas who was in the lane and Vala being there to secure the kill. So, yeah.
I think a big part of that is just Sega is really sick of us losing to Kael'thas's. So it's probably just sort of a gut instinct at this point. You see the Kael'thas, you have the taunt, it just kind of happens. You hope the follow-up is there.
Sure. All right, Butte, what questions do you have for Trade?
Yeah, were you guys nervous at all? Kind of midway through the second game, I think that VileFin's had some really good map pressure, and you guys, I think, won the next couple team fights and ended up, winning, obviously. So were you guys scared?
I was nervous from the moment they picked the Lily, honestly, because we chose kind of a weird, sort of tough to execute comp, and they just picked a bunch of good heroes that do a bunch of damage. And so the whole game was very much like, oh, we don't have... If we can't make our combo work and get picks, if we can't land Ring of Frost, then, like, these fights are going to go really, really badly for us. And then when they have a Lily who has, like, the shortest cleanse cooldown in the game, I think, maybe, and just a slam picks at level 7. So it's like, all right, we have 3 levels where we can get our combo off, and now they're all going to get cleansed immediately. I was not super thrilled by that. But yeah, I like their draft better than ours. We just managed to get, like you said, a little lucky with some of those mid-game team fights. Sky Temple's just a hard map to come back from in general. And so once we were able to get a structure or two ahead, it was sort of on them to make something happen. And I don't know, we have sort of a tough team to do that, because if someone oversteps, well, now you're down 4v5. So you have to somehow roam as 5 and get the jump on us and land a God Mosh or Kael'thas stuff, like it was going to be tough for them, I think, after those mid-game fights.
And just to clarify, Lily's cleanse is the shortest individual cleanse, but Lucio's is actually much shorter.
Oh God, high five is a cleanse.
Okay, that's not a real talent. Rek is probably rolling in his blanket right now. He's probably setting it on fire and then is just gonna lay there in it. Not gonna stop, drop, and roll. He's just gonna lay in it. Don't kill a man, Aero. Don't kill a man.
Are you guys mad that Lucio's level 20 upgrade to high five isn't low five? Because I am.
No, I'm mad that it's not Pimp Slap.
Oh my god.
I'd take that too. It's so boring I can't even remember what it is right now.
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea what it's actually called, and if it was called Pimp Slap, everybody would take it 100% of the time.
Absolutely.
Okay, I have a question completely irrelevant to the game. If you could describe your personality using a talent name, what would it be?
It's called Mixing Fire. What? Sorry, continue.
Describe my personality using a talent
or your
name.
team. Yeah, either your personality or your team using one talent name.
There's a really good Kime joke here. If I can just find it.
Is it
I know
Pity
I
the
can burn
Frail?
him so good if I can just think of something funny.
Because if it's Kime, it's Pity the Frail, I feel like.
I thought, yeah, that's not a bad one. That or well, I would say no one can stop death, but like, I mean, he gets stopped. He's been stopped on numerous occasions, so maybe it's not the most accurate. If I come up with a good one, I'll jump and like post it in Div C chat or something.
Sounds
There you
good.
go, that'll work.
That's good.
I mean, for some people, a certain co-caster of mine before this, actually, I suppose it even could be relevant to this one. Bottomless Flask, huh?
Oh. I could see this.
Yeah. Or for the caster himself, Respect the Elderly. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
This
Anyways,
question got mean. Once it went from describe yourself to describe someone else, the knives came out.
but it got so good. All right. So okay, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Got one last question for you. Any particular moment tonight that was a highlight moment, whether it was something you did, your team did, or the opponents did?
I would say shout outs to the team as a whole for remembering to ban Deathwing. I think that would be the number one decisive moment of the night in my mind, is us being like, Deathwing, right. Forgot about him. Yep. Let's make sure we get him out of here too.
Good deal. All right. Any shout outs that you would like to make just in general? The floor is yours.
Shout outs to Beast Coast, our sister team up there tearing it up in Div A. I think they were like 8th or 9th, and they had some good games, and they're jumped to 4th or 5th or something. It's hard to keep track. There's a lot of teams in Div A. But they moved up from Div B and are doing great, and big congrats to them. I'm excited to watch them in the playoffs.
All right. That it? Anybody else? Anything else?
Nah.
All right.
There's some. I mean, there's some other people like in the Discord and stuff, but that'll be fun. Shout out to.
Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Nah. I said I started the sentence, but I didn't really know where I was going with it, and I'm not finding anything. So.
That's fair. That's fair.
Shout outs to the world. I shouted out the world 2 years ago.
Oh, there you go, buddy.
The world's still holding on. The world's still doing me right. So good to them.
McMuffin says Trabe's favorite moment is obviously when he landed the 3-man ring, got 2 kills. I'm adding to this. Got the 2 kills out of that. But Megamuffin says he's just too humble to say it on stream.
Well, no, I mean, it's not that I'm humble. It's just that I do that like twice a game, every game. So it didn't really.
Were you
stand out
watching
to
a
me
different
that
game?
I mean, they were probably pretty. Maybe I like casted ring and there was a graphical glitch or something. Because all the ones they look pretty good on my screen. That's all I'll say. It's pretty solid.
All right. Well, good job tonight on getting the 2 points here. And, again, I mean, the Div C West is a tight division.
Yeah.
You
Every
guys
game
are.
that we've had has been really close. It's a super tough division. So The rest of the season, we're gonna have to keep our heads in the game for sure. Can't let off the gas now.
Well, and Would Tap That got themselves a big jump there. They went from number 7 with 10 points, I think. Got a 2-0 victory, put them up at first place, and then it was Piecemeal. Piecemeal did that. They went from 7th place to first place out of nowhere because the points are so close here. I mean, right now Would Tap That has 16. They've played one more game. You guys will be at 15. But 7th is a 10. I mean, and they still have, all these teams still have a match to play. So, this is a very competitive division, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the playoffs work out.
It's going to be good. I can tell you that much.
For sure. Well, thanks again for joining us tonight, Trade. Enjoy your time with your team, enjoy your victory, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks for picking up the game. Always appreciate it being casted.
Absolutely. All right. Butte, I'm going to call you back.
Okay. Wait, everybody look at my face.
I was going to say, you're not on the stream yet. There you go. Now you are. This is the kind of quality casting you can get out of the next gaming series.
Especially with Butte Holiday.
This is your first cast in Season 8, isn't it?
It is my first cast, yes. It's been busy. And I only have one monitor.
Well, the Nexus Gaming Series is glad that you made it back.
Oh, I missed you all. If you want me to cast, just ping me.
All right. Well, I think I've cast you like 3 or 4 times. I told you.
The stream just caught up and I just saw my face and I hate it. Oh my god.
I tried to tell you. Anything that you would like to say to Twitch chat before we go and wrap up for the night?
Yes. Consume your water. Stay hydrated. Be nice to other people. And at least get 7 to 9 hours of sleep if you are an adult.
Well, I'm screwed. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. That's going to wrap up the Nexus Gaming Series here for the evening. We do have some games coming tomorrow. So in the afternoon, we're going to have a couple of replay casts. Where?
Whoa.
Right here.
Where? Right here?
Yeah, right here at twitch.tv/Aero of the Storm. Who are we going to see? I'll tell you in just a moment. We are going to see Division D. It's going to be I Must Feed versus Team Elite. This is a replay cast, as well as Division B, Phoenix Rising Onyx versus Deviled Kegs. So those are going to be in the afternoon, I believe, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern is what I said. And then also, we do have some matches coming up in the evening. So after my D&D session anyways, we are going to see which ones these are mine, I think. So we've got Wholesome Halfwits versus Goodbye Forever. That's going to be a Division A game. That starts at 8:30. And then our second game is going to be Better Than Bots versus Can't Counterpick Stupid, another C West game. Now that is an 8-6 record for Better Than Bots, 7-6 record for Can't Counterpick Stupid. Another very close match. So make sure you guys stop by for that. And that second game is going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern. So yeah. Oh, and finally on Sunday, you do not want to miss this one. It's going to be You Are Not Alone versus Phoenix Rising Onyx. That's the number 1 and number 2 seed out of B West right now. So make sure that you stop by for that.
Dang, that
the
sounds
upcoming
like some awesome games.
Scrim what?
Oh, Trabe responded. He said his talent would be easy prey.
Oh, good one, Trabe. Can I request you cast the upcoming Lurk Patrol versus Regen Phoenix scrim match?
There you go.
I didn't know that we had a scrim match.
Lols.
I actually, you know what? I might be willing to do that, actually. I could let my team, sub somebody in and have some fun with it. Ektar, we'll chat about that because we still have to deal with your other request. You have too many points watching getting 6,000 points here. So, again, everybody, thanks so much. I'm going to send y'all over to our good friend Alicia Wins.
Yay! Oh my god, we met her at BlizzCon. She's awesome. Everybody follow, subscribe, support her. She's awesome.
Exactly. She's fantastic. So have a wonderful night, and we'll see you again here later, technically today.
Stay hydrated.